Good morning, everyone. It's Friday. We're back again. Aren't you excited to see us? So, good morning.
Good morning. Hello, everyone.
My name is Matt. I'm the exercise instructor.
And I'm Jodie, one of the.
And we're here from the Suffolk Community Cardiac Rehab team to do your exercise session with you today.
So just before we get started, please just make sure that you've read through the checklist. That's in the description just below the screen. So just make sure you've had a really good read of that and make sure that you're happy, you feel happy and safe to exercise today. If you've got any queries, any concerns, or if you're not sure about something, then please do by all means give the team a call. And we've got a nurse on triage as always, so there's someone on standby. If you do have a query, then please do by all means use that number that's in the front of your patient booklets. The other few things just before we get started, just make sure you've got a glass of water to hand. It's really important to keep nicely hydrated throughout the session. A little bit cooler today, but still just make sure your room's nicely vented. Make sure you've got a good amount of space around you for doing the exercises. And just wear some decent footwear as well. So I know you're doing it at home, but just make sure that you're wearing something that's going to just protect your feet a little bit.
Absolutely. So remember that structure. Those of you who've been doing this before, you know what to expect. Okay, we're going to have that 15-minute warm-up. We're going to have a 20-minute circuit in the middle, and then we're going to have a 10-minute cool-down. For that circuit part in the middle, all right, so we're going to have two different levels. Jodie's going to do the 2 to 1. I'm going to do the 4 to 1. So for Jodie, it's going to be 2 minutes cardiovascular activity, followed by 1 minute active recovery. Those of you following me, we're going to do 4 minutes aerobic activity and 1 minute active recovery. You should have had your emails today advising who you should be following. Those of you who've never done this before, okay, you're joining us for the first time, hello. Feel free to follow Jodie to begin with. Those of you who've been doing this for a long time, you've been nice and comfortable, you're more than welcome to follow myself. But remember, having to think about that scale. So that walk scale, as we go through the gears, all right, as we do that warm up, we're going to go from extremely light up towards that light level. For the part in the middle, that 20 minutes in the middle, we're going to maintain between the light and somewhat hard. And then we go to the cool down, we're going to bring it back down the gears, back down to that extremely light level again. Okay, so just remember to keep yourself within your comfortable limits, and we'll say that on a regular basis throughout. For the equipment needed today, all right, it's worthwhile having a chair nearby in case you've got a dining room chair. So we're going to do some of those little squats again like we did on the Tuesday session. So it's worth having a chair to help with your balance. Isn't the best, it's worth having that just nearby to pop your hands on. Dumbbells, okay, or a couple of bottles of water. So remember, a 0.5 500 ml bottle of water is going to be about half a kilogram, and a litre bottle of water is going to be about a kilogram. All right, so just use those as your light weights, or you can use tinned beans or anything like that. Good. So I think that's everything. All right. So make sure you've got that equipment nearby. You've got that glass. Have a slurp. Keep yourself well hydrated as we go through. Excellent. And all we're going to do is we're going to start with a little bit of a warm up. Okay, we're going to start pedaling those feet on the spot as we usually do. I'll try and change things up for you on a regular basis so it's not the same, but the jokes will not change. Oh, someone did tell me a really good joke the other day. I've completely forgotten it already. That's really annoying. That's a really good one.
Probably a best idea.
I know, it was very good. Very good. Someone I spoke to on the phone. Very good. Let's go for those heel digs out in front. So heel digs out in front.
Patients are sending them in to you now.
They are sending them in.
Excellent.
Yes. I can't mention them by name, but I'll have to get them to email it to me.
Put them on the back of the postcard.
We'll be inundated, won't we? Very good. Little heel digs out in front. Take it at your own comfortable pace. Remember, just small mobilization of those legs. Very good. Let's go back to our walk again. And we'll switch over to those toe taps out in front. So toe tapping out in front. And then we can go for alternating between the two, okay? So we're going to go heel, heel, toe, toes. Challenge your coordination a little bit. So heel, heel, toe, toe. Heel, heel, toe, toe. One more. Heel, heel, toe, toe. Have a walk on the spot, and then you're going to lead with the other foot. So heel, heel, toe, toe. Doesn't that feel weird? Heel, heel, toe, toe. Heel, heel, toe, toe. Two more for me. Last one. And back to your walk again. Very good. Let's go for those toe taps out to the side. So toe tapping out to the side again. Just small movements to begin with. Little taps out to the side. Keep it all within your comfortable range of movement. Use that chair if you need to. If you don't find that your balance is the best, feel free to have that chair in front of you or just to the side, just to hold on to as you do this. Good. Keeping one toe tapping out to the side. We're going to get one of your feet to tap out behind. So one taps out behind, one taps to the side if you can. Feel free to keep those toes tapping to the side though, if you don't find this possible, or people in your household keep laughing at you too much. Very good. Let's go back to a little walk in the middle, and we're going to change those feet around. So the other one's going to go to the side, and the opposite foot's going to go out behind. Again, use that chair if you need to, remember. Excellent. Well done. Last bit, and back to your walk again. Allow those arms just to swing gently down by your side now. Remember, if you find yourself getting too puffed, right, moving up that scale too quickly, leave the arms out, just do the legs for the time being. And we'll have some little toe taps out behind, so toe tapping out behind. Use that chair if you need to. Good, and you just allow a gentle swing of those arms, okay? Remember, if you want to keep those hands in the chair, you can just swing the one arm if you want to. It's a little swing of those arms, keep those arms lovely and low to begin with. We just start to mobilize through those shoulders now. So I'll start already, only 5 minutes in. Excellent, and let's go back to that march again. Give those arms a little bit more of a swing if you're feeling comfortable. Start to increase that intensity just slightly. Let's bring those knees up one at a time, touching lightly onto those opposite knees. Keep the knees nice and low. Again, use that chair if you need to. I'm sure you've worked that out by now. Small movements with the arms, nothing too crazy at the moment. Keep it all nice and comfortable. Excellent, and back to your march again. Let's do a little bit of mobilization there, so let's roll those shoulders back. And this division, 2, 3, and 4. Very good, relax those arms down. Bring those shoulders up towards those ears, and back. And up, and down. And up, down. Last one, up we go. And relax down. Good, relax those shoulders right down. Give those arms a bit of a shake out. Very good. Taking the arms out to the side. Imagine you've got 2 big balls by your side. You're going to bounce those balls by your side, palms facing down towards the floor. Keep those feet moving, remember. Fantastic. Facing the palms up towards the ceiling. Imagine you're going to bounce those balls up towards the ceiling. Palms facing forwards, bounce the balls forwards. And then finally, the tricky one, facing the palms behind, bounce the balls behind. Just take it to where it's comfortable for you. And relax those arms down. Very good. You should be aware you have shoulders at the moment. And bring those arms back in for a bit of more of a swing. Just starting to increase that intensity if you're feeling comfortable to. And we're going to bring up those heel digs again. So back into those heel digs. And we're going to have those little arm swings. So bring those arms in a little bit higher than before if you're feeling comfortable to. Remember to do what is right for you. As we always say, it's not a competition. And again, you can challenge yourself a little bit more. We can go for the 1, the 2. The 2 on the same side. The 1, the 2. The 2 on the same side. You knew it was coming. 2 on the same side. 1, 2. 2 on the same side. Very good. One more for me. 1, 2. 2 on the same side. Let's go back to that march again. Back to our toe taps out to the side, okay? So bringing one of those arms in. Keep the arm fairly low to begin with, and if you find this lovely and comfortable, you can bring both arms in, but keep those arms nice and low. Give yourself some scope to build up. About halfway through the warm-up now. Good, and we go for arm swing, upright row, arm swing, upright row. Good, that's a challenge for you, isn't it? So arms, swings, up, swing, and up. Give yourself a bit more of a challenge. One more, because I'm enjoying myself. And back to your match again. And a little bit faster if you can, just picking up that pace slightly. The time. Good, back to our knee raises again. So bringing those knees up, touching onto those opposite knees. Making those arm movements a little bit bigger than we did before if you feel able to. So hopefully by now you're feeling a little bit warmer. You might find your breathing just starting to increase slightly, but you should still feel very comfortable. Excellent. Couple more. And let's go back to our march again. And a nice quick march for me. Bringing that pace up. Swinging those arms. And a little bit faster if you're feeling comfortable. Excellent. Slow that pace down for me. Give yourself a bit of a shake out. Gently cross those arms once in front and then once behind. So again, have a little bit of mobilization, a little bit of stretching just before we start the actual exercise session itself. And you can slowly bring the hands up in front, up towards the ceiling or to wherever's comfortable for you, remember, and then back down again. If you can take them up behind, again, I'll be very impressed. And again, we're going to go up in front, just up to where it's comfortable for you, and back down. Excellent. Keep those arms a shake out. Walk those feet out to the side. Keep those toes tapping away. Arms down to the side. Soften those knees slightly. We're going to do for those side bends. And over to the other side. So we mentioned you're between two panes of glass. You just slide it through your trunk. Down to one side. Keeping those toes wiggling away. Maintain that breathing. We're going to do 2 more on each side. Last ones. Good, and back to your walk again. Step a bit of a shake out. Good, let's go for those toe taps out behind. So toe tapping out behind, pushing that heel down to the floor, and step back in. Use that chair if you need to, or you can just pop your hand on that supporting leg to step back. So remember, we're not holding these for any significant period of time. We're just letting the calf muscles in the back of the leg know we're going to be doing some exercise. They haven't figured that out by now. I haven't asked them. Good, last 2. Excellent, and back to your walk again. Kick those feet across in front of you. Pass that ball to the person next to you. Won't do it. And back to your walk again. Very good. And we're going to have a knee and a little kick out in front. All right, so knee up and kick out in front. Use that chair for support if you need to. Knee and kick. Good. So take it at your comfortable pace. If you want to slow things down a little bit, you can. Get a little bit of a stretch down the back of the legs, engaging those quadricep muscles as well. And let's go back to that march. Very good. And again, just picking that pace up slightly. Take those feet just out to the side and do some heel kicks, so kicking the heels up towards your bum. If you find this is too much for your knees, right, you can go back to those heel kicks out in front. You're going to get a little bit of a stretch just down in these quadriceps, these big thigh muscles down the front. So remember, try and keep those knees back. You're not bringing the knees up forwards. See if you can get your heel to touch your bum. And whether you're doing the heel kicks or you're doing the heel digs out in front, you can bring the arms in as we just slowly start to increase that intensity again. Again, you pick your style of arm swing. It's always a talking point in the office.
We should do a poll, shouldn't we? And see
No, we shouldn't. I'll definitely use that. Excellent. And again, you can bring those arms up a little bit higher, starting to increase that intensity up. Last couple, last one, and back to that march again. Good, last few minutes of the warm-up, so we're going to aim to bring it up towards that light to somewhat hard level, so just start picking that pace up. So remember, we should be aiming to get to the point where I'm catching our breath slightly, but still able to carry on that conversation. By the end of this, 3 minutes. Glasses on, nothing, still can't see. Very good. All right, let's go back to those toe taps out behind. So toe tapping out behind. Use that chair if you need to. Increasing the size of those arm movements if you feel able to. Giving those arms a little bit more of a swing. Or just picking up your pace slightly if you find things too easy. Excellent, well done. Keep going. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to your march again. And again, picking up that pace a little bit faster if you can. And we're going to walk those feet out to the side. Very good. Shifting that weight from side to side, having that little toe tap. And we can reach up to the opposite corners as we do it. Proper aerobics class now.
Doing your best Victoria Wood impression.
I'll break out into a grapevine in a minute, watch it. Disappear off screen. Huge cheer from everyone at home. Very good, round to the side if you can. Excellent, last two, last one, and back to your march again. And again, nice quick march up into your jog if you're feeling lovely and comfortable. And back down to your fast walk. We're going to do one more of those. And again, up into your jog if you can, or a fast walk. Excellent, and back down. Excellent, well done everyone. That is the warm-up complete. Hopefully you're feeling nice and warm now. Everything feels nice and loose and you're ready to start doing the exercise, and you should be around that light to somewhat hard level. Grab yourself a drink and we're going to move into the main phase of the exercise now. And we're going to start off with those heel digs and arm curls. Off we go then. So remember, for the exercise, we will give alternatives or just little adjustments to the exercise to increase or decrease the intensity. So for instance, this exercise, if you want to reduce things down, you can leave the arms out altogether. Just do the legs. And even then, you can reduce down that range of movement or reduce your speed down. If you want to increase pace, you can just start to pick up that pace, make those movements a little bit bigger, and that will increase the intensity of the exercise. Remember, work within your comfortable limits. Very good. 20 seconds to go. So feel free to pop some music on if you want to, but just remember, nothing too loud, you still want to hear our instructions. And nothing too fast, but something with a good beat. Excellent, let's go back to that march again. We're going to break into our high knees, bringing those knees up again as we did for the warm-up. So for this exercise, you can reduce that range of movement down with the hands, reduce the range of movement with the knees, Slow your pace down if you want to. Use your chair for support. If you need to keep that by one side, then you can. And if you're finding it lovely and easy, you can increase the size of those arm movements, picking up that pace, bringing those knees a little bit higher. Keeping yourself in that zone, between that light and somewhat hard. Make sure you've got your ball scale out by the side. You can't see the giant one behind us. Can't wait for you guys to see how big it is. It's massive.
The screen doesn't do it justice.
It doesn't, no. Excellent. Last 5 seconds. Wonderful. Those of you following Jodie, you're going to go into your first active recovery exercise, which is going to be your upright row. Those of you following, you're going to go to our taps out in front.
Okay, so those of you following me on the 2 to 1 level, just grab yourself your weights, your cans, beans, bottles of water, whatever you've got to hand. Just taking one in both hands, okay, and you're just going to lead it, draw it up by the elbows, just as far as chin height, and lowering it back down again. Imagine you've got a nice large zip on the front, and you're zipping it up for 3 seconds, and unzipping for 3 seconds. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. Just gently keeping those feet moving.
Those of you following me, okay, you might have noticed I've broken into the 1, the 1, the 2 on the same side, just to entertain myself this morning. So for this exercise, you find things a little bit too much, reduce that range of movement with the arms, or leave them out altogether, just do those toes out in front. You want to increase things, bring those arms a little bit higher. And just pick up that speed a little bit more. Good, last couple of seconds, last one. And let's go back to our march again. And we're going to take those feet out to the side, and we're going to do those little squats and punches, so a little tap into the middle as we go. And optionally, if you want to, 2 fists underneath the chin, you can have little jabs out and sides as we go. Good. If you find this is too much with the arms as well, just follow Jodie with those taps into the middle. It's most important to keep those feet moving. But if you're finding it lovely and easy, we can start to have some little punches round to the side. A little bit of extra movement just makes things a little bit harder. Just make sure you maintain your breathing while you're doing this. Don't punch anyone. I want to get emails about it. Last 5 seconds, doing really well. Thank you, back to your march again. Those of you following Jodie, you're going to go to your tap forwards. Those of you following me, we're going to do our upright rows. So, hands down in front, hold one of your dumbbells, your tins of beans, your bottles of water. Keep those feet wiggling, nice upright posture, rowing up to that mid-chest. Lead it with the elbows and slowly back down again. It's that big zip like Jodie spoke about. Good, keep going.
Those of you following me, we're just tapping forwards, bringing those arms up if you can. If you want to just do the legs only, that's absolutely fine. Or if you're finding this nice and comfortable, just pick the pace up, make the movements a little bit bigger. Just keeping yourself in that comfortable zone, remember.
Well done, everyone. We've got about 15 seconds to go, doing really well. Nice slow movements when you're doing the weights. Okay, this is active recovery, remember. Just taking a little bit of time out, allowing the heart rate to recover. Giving the legs a little bit of a rest, although of course they're still moving. Very good, pop those weights to one side. Back to your march again. If you're following Jodie, you're going to do your tricep kickbacks. If you're following me, we're going to do our tap backs, which are like tap forwards, but backwards.
Okay, so grab your cans of beans, your bottles of water, whatever you've got, and take one in each hand, keeping the elbows nicely tucked in. You're just going to take those arms out behind, straighten those arms, bending at the elbow, bringing those weights back forward. So it's nice and slow, nice and controlled. We're just working those tricep muscles, or the bingo wings on the back of our arms there. So by keeping those elbows nicely tucked in, we're making sure that we're working the right muscle group. Remember good posture as you do this one as well. Stand nice and upright, gently keeping those feet moving.
Those of you following me, remember increasing that range of movement will make the exercise a little bit more difficult. Reducing that range of movement or leaving the arms out altogether will make things a bit easier depending on how you're feeling. And if you want to challenge yourself a little bit, you can take one foot out to the side and one out behind. You can do 4 on one side, and you can switch over, and you can do 4 on the other side. Isn't that exciting? Very good, and we're all going to go back to our march anyway. Very good. Round 7 is going to be a march and sprint, so marching those feet away. If you want to continue just marching through this minute, then follow Jodie. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, we've got those little sprints coming up. So 3, 2, 1, sprinting those feet. And back to your march again. Very good, have a little bit of recovery time, just march away. And again, 1, 2, 3, sprint those feet. Good, and back to your march. Have a little bit of recovery. We've got time for just one more in there. And 1, 2, 3, sprinting those feet. Excellent, and back to your march again. The last few seconds, just marching up to the end of the minute. And then round 8 is going to be into our heel dig arm curl. So heel digging out in front again for me. Bringing those arms in, either one arm, one leg, or both arms if you're feeling nice and comfortable.
Just remember to check yourself again on that board scale, making sure that you're working within that light to somewhat hard, your own comfortable limits. Remember, those of you that have got your booklets at home, just make sure you keep looking at that board scale in front of you.
Very good. So if you find you're getting a little bit beyond that level, just reduce that pace down slightly, or just do one of your arms. But if you find you're around that sort of very light level, you find things lovely and easy, just start to pick that pace up. And remember to keep yourself well hydrated, have a slurp of water. Very good, everyone, keep going. Time flying this morning.
It is.
Excellent, let's go back to a march again. Those of you following Journey, you can do your squats. This is where you might need your chair, all right, just for that little bit of support. Those of you following me, we're going to go back to those high knees.
Okay, so those of you following me, grab that chair, keep your feet shoulder width apart, arms length away from that chair. We're just going to stick our bottoms out, squatting down as though we're going to sit on the chair and coming back up again. Remembering to keep it nice up, engage our core muscles, so sucking in those tummy muscles as we do it, keeping a nice straight posture if you can.
Very good, those of you following me, all right, you can just reduce those arm movements down if you need to, if you find things a little bit too difficult. And again, if you've got that chair nearby, you can use that as a bit of support just to help you balance if you need to. Very good, last few seconds. Go on, Johnny, keep going. One more. Excellent, very good. Back to your march again. Lovely. If you're following Jodie, you're going to go into your high knees like I was just doing. If you're following me, we're going to go for tricep kickbacks.
Okay.
So elbows up behind, keeping those feet wiggling, nice and upright, extending out behind. Those who want to do that 5 to 0 program, you can continue with the high knees. Just follow me, Jodie, for this minute.
Remember, those of you following myself with the high knees, use that chair if you need to for balance. Similarly, if you're finding it too much on the hips or the knees, just make sure to drop your feet down and just do some heel digs for the remainder of the minute.
Good, so hopefully you can feel this exercise just down in the tricep. Clearly you can go wings to stand back here. So just hinging at the elbow joint. Okay, very good. It's very hard to look at my watch and do this at the same time. Time for one more. And back underneath. Very good. Pop those weights to one side. Keep those feet marching away. And then we're going to go back into our next exercise, which will be round 11, which is into our tap forwards again, all right? And give those arms a bit of a swing. So remember, bringing those arms up nice and high if you're finding things easy, picking up that pace, or reducing that pace down. Reduce that range of movement if you need to. And if you want to challenge yourself, you can go for the 1, the 2, the 2 on the same side, whatever keeps you happy.
Don't forget to grab that drink as well if you need it.
Very good. A few more seconds to go. Doing really well. Last one. Excellent. And back to your march again. Very good. If you're following Jodie, you're going to do your frontal shoulder raises. So grab your dumbbells, your bottles of water. If you're following me, we're going to go into squats and punches.
So grab yourself your beans or your bottles of water again. Okay. Just keeping a nice tall posture with this one, sucking in those tummy muscles to engage those core muscles if you can, gently keeping the feet moving. This one's going to be working with very small muscle groups of the shoulders, so just make sure that if you're starting to tire, then just slow down or drop the weights out, that's absolutely fine. But just bring the arms up as far as shoulder height and back down. Up for 3 seconds and down for 3 seconds.
Okay, those of you following me, if you find it's a little bit too much to go with the arms as well, just leave them out, just do the feet. And if you find things up and easy, you can go for the jabs in front, you can go for some punches around to the side, some little hooks. Just to increase that intensity for the last few seconds of this exercise. Excellent, back to your march again, everyone. Round 13 is going to be our tap backs all together, so toe tapping behind, give those arms a swing. Remember, reducing down that range of movement to make things easier, increasing to make it a little bit harder. Think about that scale, light to somewhat hard, catching your breath, but still able to talk. Don't think there's a point that I'm not able to talk. And if you want to challenge yourself, you can do those toe taps out to the side and one out behind, so one to the side, one out behind. And after 4, you can change those feet around. Just to give yourself a little bit of fun on a Friday morning. What's the count now? I think. Do my last one now. Excellent. Let's go back to those marches again. Back into our marching sprint for round 14 already. Very good. So march those feet away. If you want to again, just follow Jodie if you want to just march those feet. And if you want to challenge yourself, we'll go for those sprints. In 3, 2, 1, sprinting those feet. And back to the march again. Good. Marching away. A little bit of recovery. And 1, 2, 3, sprinting those feet. And back down to your march again. Or we can fit one more in. Now you're excited about it. And 1, 2, 3, sprinting those feet. Fantastic, and back down to your march. Very good. Those of you following me, we're going to go into those squats, so grab that chair. Those of you following Jodie, you're going to do your bicep curls around 15.
Okay, so those of you following me, grab your beans or your cans of beans and bottles of water, or your weights, whatever you've got to hand. Elbows nicely tucked in, we're just doing those bicep curls. Remember that good posture again, so engaging those core muscles, sucking in those tummy muscles. Slowly keeping those feet moving, up for 3 seconds, down for 3 seconds. Nice and slow, nice and controlled.
Very good. Those of you following me, all right. So we're just going to take feet shoulder width apart, sticking our bums out. Let's sit into a chair. Use that chair for support. Keep a nice upright spine. We do 4 very slow squats and back up again. And then we're going to have a little wiggle of those feet. As we come up, have a wiggle of those feet. Keep that circulation going. And we've got time just for 4 more. So feet shoulder width apart, stick up on out, nice upright spine. 2, 3. Last one. 4. Very good. Excellent. Pop that chair to one side again. Back to your marches, everyone. Round 16. We're onto the home straight now. Back to that heel dip with the arm curls. So remember, one arm, one leg, or both arms, depending on how you're feeling. Head towards the end of the program now, so again, make sure you keep yourself hydrated, check yourself on that Borg scale, how you're feeling. If you find things are getting a little bit too much, you're a bit tired now, then just leave the arms out the exercise, just slow things down a little bit. Make sure you're keeping yourself between that light and somewhat hard. I'm sick of us saying that by now, but it's so important. Okay, keep going, everyone. Almost there. Last few seconds. Excellent. And again, return to our march again. We're all going to go into our high knees together. So up into those high knees. Touch your light onto those knees. Increasing those arm movements. You're finding it lovely and easy. Reducing the arm movements Even find things just a little bit more difficult as we get towards the end of the program now. Very good. Over halfway through. Keep going, everyone. Doing really well.
Absolutely. Just keep checking yourself on that ball scale and grab that drink if you need it.
Last 5 seconds. Very good. Back to your march again. If you're following Jodie, round 18 is going to be your upright row. So grab your weights again. If you're following me, we're going to go back to those toe taps out in front.
Okay, so taking that weight into both hands again. So it's the same one that we started off with at the beginning. So leading up with the elbows, imagining that big long zip at the front. So we're zipping it up and back down again. Nice and slowly, up for 3 seconds, down for 3 seconds.
Good. If you're following me, then obviously just swinging those arms out in front, having the toe taps out, and you can pick up that 1, 2, 2 on the same side if you like to. Just remembering, all right, as we get towards the end of the program, if you're finding that thing a little bit difficult, just reduce that pace down. Do what is right for you. We're nearly through. We've got 2 more exercises to do after this, doing absolutely fantastically, and then we're going to move into that cool down. Excellent. Let's go back to that march again. Walking those feet out to the side, we're back into the squats and punches, so tapping into the middle. So feet start on the outside, tapping into the middle. And if you feel that's about right for you at the moment, hold it there, keep going, okay? Just with those toe taps, you want to increase that intensity, those little punches out in front if you feel up to it. And if you're still finding things lovely and easy, you can go punches around to the side. Well done, everyone. Keep going, doing really, really well.
Yeah, very well.
20 seconds to go, then we're going to go on to our last exercise. If you're following Jodie, it's going to be another cardiovascular. I do like to rub that in at the end of the program. If you're following me though, it's get a nice active recovery. It's well earned, I think. Excellent. Last couple, last one, and back to your march again. Good. If you're following Jodie, you're going to do your tap forwards. If you're following me, focus all the way over here. We're going to do those frontal shoulder raises. So hands start down in front, keeping those feet wiggling, nice and upright, bringing the hands up in front. And stay back down. No hiding your shoulder. As Jodie said before, it's a small muscle group. It does fatigue quite quickly. So if you find it gets a bit too much in your shoulders, continue without the weights, or just have a march on the spot until the end of the minute.
Those of you following me, so we're doing tap forwards, so you can bring both arms in if you're still feeling nice and comfortable on that ball scale. If you're starting to tire a little bit, either drop it down to one arm, alternate legs, or if you're finding if you're tiring, then absolutely fine, just leave it at the legs only. As long as those feet are moving, we're quite happy.
Excellent, well done. Last 10 seconds, everyone, doing really, really well. We're almost at the end of the program. Last couple of seconds, one more repetition if you can, if you're still with me, and pop those weights down to one side. Excellent. Back to your march, everyone. Remember, keep those feet moving. Grab yourself a drink. And we're just going to move into that cool down, okay? So if you spilled your water down yourself, you're going to move into that cool down. Very good. All right, so just start slowing your pace down slightly. So, well done. You've completed that circuit part in the middle. Done really, really well. So we don't want to suddenly stop doing exercise. We're going to have that good structured cool down, remember. So just start slowing that pace down, but keep those feet moving. Okay, we're going to go back to those heel digs out in front. So heel digging out in front. Leave the arms out the exercises now. And then we're going to pick up those toe taps. So toe tapping out in front. Back to our heel digs. Have a chair by your side if you need to as I start to confuse you more. Toe taps. Heel digs. Toe taps. Heel digs. And back to your walk. There we go. Let's go for some toe taps out to the side. So toe tapping up to the side and back to the middle again. Toe tapping up. Nice and wide to begin with. Use that chair for support if you need to. And then just start slowing that pace down. Juicing that speed nice and gradually. And again, slow that pace down a little bit more. Good, and let's go back to that walk again. We'll do the same out behind, so toe tapping out behind. And again, just start slowing that pace down. So I hope you find your breathing, everything just coming down a little bit, feeling much more comfortable now. And again, slow that pace down a little bit more. See, there's little toe taps up behind you as well. And back to the walk again. Give yourself a little shake out. Well done. Keep those feet moving. Remember, as we roll those shoulders back for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Give your arms a shake out. Again, use that chair if you need to do those slow knee raises. All right, so slowly bring that knee up towards your hand to the back of the chair and then back down again. Just challenge your balance a little bit. Okay, see how slow you can do it, preferably without falling over. Excellent, well done. One more on each side. So it's so important to keep our balance good. Okay, the last one. Fantastic, and we're going to do speed. Good, into our 4 slow heel digs out in front. So 4, 3, 2, and 1. And for your own pace, remember. 3, 2, and 1. Now, once you've done that, feet together, wiggling your toes in your shoes. Again, another little balance exercise. Use that chair if you need to. One of your legs steps forwards to the front, to the side, back without kicking anything behind you, and to the middle again. Other leg, forwards, side, back, and together. Have a wiggle of those feet in the middle. We're going to do it one more time, a little bit slower this time if you can, okay? Use that chair, remember. Toe tap to the front, side, back, and together. Other leg, front, side, back, together. Excellent, well done. Good, a little bit of a leg strengthening activity for you then, okay? So, use the chair for support if you need to, okay? What we're going to do is toe tap out in front, and we're going to lift up that leg in the front, so up and down. Up, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very good. Have a wiggle out of those feet. Good. Exactly the same with the other side, okay? So hopefully you feel that working down your thigh muscle at the top here. And on that chair, toe tap out in front, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very good. Have a look at that speed. Excellent. Well done, everyone. Let's move on to our stretches. Just keep those feet pedaling away. Keep your toes in contact with the floor. Very good. Bring those hands up the front. Instinct those fingers, pushing out. Feel that stretch just across the top of the back. Allow your chin just to come down towards your chest.
Those of you that have had surgery, just remember to keep in your own comfortable limits with this one.
Good. Bringing your head back up again. Relax down. Roll those shoulders back. Ease that back off. Good. Taking the hands around onto your lower back. Squeeze those elbows together, feeling that stretch just across the chest. Try and keep nice and upright. Looking ahead as you do this. Don't stare at the floor. Keep those feet wiggling. I'm sure you haven't forgotten by now. Good. And release off. Cross those arms just a few times in front. Give those arms a shake out. Good. Again, just have a little wiggle of those feet. Taking those feet out to the side. Keep those toes tapping now if you can, or just your toes wiggling in your shoes. Soften those knees again. Hands onto the shoulders. And having a twist around to one side. All the way around. Back to the middle. And then round to the other. Take it to where it's comfortable for you. Keep those toes wiggling. Keep breathing as you do this. 2 more on each side. Try and keep those hips facing forwards as best you can. Last ones. And back to walk those feet. Very good. Heel dig your right foot out in front. Toes pointing forwards to begin with, pushing your hips back, hands on that supporting leg. Just stick your bum out, leaning forward, stretching the upper part of the leg. Keep your breathing going while you're doing this. Very good. Excellent. Keep your leg out. You're just going to come stand a little more upright. Bring your toes up towards the ceiling, so a little bit up towards your nose. And again, just lean forward a little bit and you feel like stretching a little bit lower in the leg, in your calf muscle this time. So pull those toes up towards your nose. Very good. And ease out. Have a wiggle of those feet. We'll do the same on the other leg. So heel dig the other foot out. Toes pointing forwards. Use that chair or hands on that supporting leg. Toes point forwards to begin with. Ease forward, feeling that stretch at the back of the leg. Hold that position. Keep breathing nice and comfortable as you do this. Good. Ease out the stretch slightly. Bring the toes up towards your nose. And again, flex forwards for that stretch increase, but further down into the leg this time. And again, holding that position. Keep breathing nice and comfortable as you do it. Good, and ease back out. Give yourself a bit of a kick out. Again, just pass that ball to the person next to you. Get that stretch down the outside part of that thigh. It's quite nice to do. Good, and back to the little walk again. Excellent. Chair for support. Bring one of your legs up in front, and we're going to rotate the ankle one way. So rotate that foot one direction.
You said it.
I know, I had to say it, didn't I? And in the other direction. Good, and have a walk with those feet. Last one, other side. Good, and the other way. And back down. Give yourself a bit of a shake out. Fantastic. Well done, everyone. You've completed your exercise session for today. We've done that warm-up, the conditioning phase, and the cool-down. So well done, everyone.
Well done, brilliant. So remember, we are available throughout the week. We've always got a nurse on triage, so please don't be afraid to call us if you've got any queries, any concerns, anything you want to just discuss with us, then don't be afraid to give us a call on that number that you've got in your patient booklets. Similarly, any exercise questions, then that's also available, so don't be afraid to call in on that number, and one of us will get back to you as soon as possible.
Very good. As always, this video plus all the ones we've done previously, okay, are all available on the West Suffolk Hospital YouTube channel. So if you want to go back and access any of those at any point, you're more than welcome to. Just make sure you leave a day to recover between doing this session and repeating doing a session like this again. Okay, just have that day of recovery. All right. But well done, everyone. Done absolutely fantastically, and we'll be back here on Tuesday.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.